Hi everyone and welcome to Bubs and Tots. I am now in my 14th week of pregnancy. Yay! Drum roll! It's very exciting because that means that I have been through my first trimester. And if you're in my stage, congratulations girl, good on you, because you've actually gone through the toughest part of the pregnancy. And here is why. It is one of the biggest times during the entire pregnancy period because there is many things happening. From the time that you find out, there's excitement, mentally preparing yourself, being excited or being worried or freaked out, whatever happens. But also it's one of the major changes that's happening to your body at that time, and the least noticeable from the outside point. So nothing's happening with your belly, you're not going to see a big bump or anything like that, but there are a lot of internal things happening within yourself that you're going to feel really miserable about. So that's the first trimester, and this is why it's so horrible. First and foremost, nausea. Now I know everybody says they get nausea when they get pregnant, everybody has morning sickness, and sometimes that's one of the first things that you notice. Well, nausea was horrible for me because it wasn't like I was spewing my guts out. Honestly, I think I would have preferred that more, but it was just a nauseous, horrible feeling in the morning and then right before I went to bed. So you didn't know what's going to make it better or what not. Certain foods you'd feel like eating and then you would eat it and then you would feel sick after it, but then you couldn't spew it because your body doesn't want to vomit. It just wants to make you feel nauseous for the next 2-3 hours after you eat that, whatever that thing was. Something that helped me with my morning sickness was fresh juices. We do make juices a fair bit in my house, about 3 or 4 times a week with some ginger, and that helped me. I didn't want to have any teas. I know some people like to have teas. I just didn't want to have anything hot. I like to have juices or iced teas. Anything with ice in it basically kind of helped me out. Your appetite goes all over the place when you have nausea. You'd feel like something, you'd want to eat something, and then once that thing is in front of you, you try to eat it and then you'd feel sick again. So that's the fun parts of nausea. Major development of the baby is happening in the first 12 weeks. We're talking development of the brain, the spinal cord, the organs, basically everything in the first 12 weeks happens to form the baby, including fingernails, eyelids, everything. The rest of the pregnancy time is mainly for the baby to put on fat and basically start growing. Now the other thing that you can experience, and I did as well, is hormonal changes happening. Because the bub's getting so many things from you, your hormones will be out of whack as well. You can get PMS symptoms. I got a lot of breakouts and I still do, so I'm going to try and show the camera. And there's one here, there's another one here. I've got makeup on to cover it because they're really big, and not just big, but they get really painful as well. So you can get really bad breakouts, and you can get them on your body as well. I've had them only on my face for now, and hopefully they won't spread, but they haven't gone anywhere, even though I'm now in my 14th week. So. The other thing that you may experience would be one of the first signs, besides the nausea, is sore breasts. Now, a lot of people would think that they're getting their periods because it happens very early on, but if you are trying and you start to get sore breasts, then take a test. Doesn't hurt, and that's how you know, and that's how I found out. So that's one of the other PMS signs you may get, and in addition to that, you might get mood swings. So it's a really weird time because you get all these signs, telling your body that you're ready to have that time of the month again, and then next thing you know, you take a test and there's an extra line on the stick. So good luck to you, take it on and see what happens. The other thing that I had, which was new to me and I didn't have it with my son nearly 3 years ago, is headaches. I had these horrible migraine headaches for, I think it was about 4 weeks straight after I found out I was pregnant. It was really horrible all day long. Nothing really helped it. I took some paracetamols and painkillers that were safe for pregnancy, but it didn't really help. And if I made sudden movements or jumped up and down with my toddler, then it made the headaches worse. And it also made me dizzy going up and down the stairs. So the headaches are a killer, and I hope you don't get them, but if you do, just hang in there, it will pass, and hopefully when the first trimester is over, it'll be finished. that's what it was with me, and that's why I'm so happy, because these headaches are gone. Okay, belly size is not a factor at all in the first trimester, because you are not going to see or notice any difference on the outside. You may notice bloating, you might notice you're feeling a little bit heavy and ache and that, but that's not because of the baby, that's mainly because of the hormones and all the changes you're going through. But definitely you won't be able to see anything on the outside. What's happening on the inside? In the 12 weeks, the little baby goes from a sesame seed up until the size of a lime. So that's why, you know, it's major changes that's happening. But again, at the end of it, it's still just the size of a lime, and you're not going to notice any kind of a bump yet. It's still too early for that. So ladies, look, if you are feeling ick and you don't know what to eat, or the food that you're eating is really turning you off, one thing that I did that kind of helped is I just cut off all meat and chicken. I wasn't having much fish anyways, but all meat and chicken from my diet, and just started having a lot of just vegetarian stuff, a lot of fruits and stuff. That kind of helped the nausea a little bit, because I noticed that anytime I had anything that was heavy or oily, then I'll start to get sick, or really a lot more sick as opposed to this other stuff. So play around with it. Everybody is different, but one of the best thing is congratulations, because all that means is that your bub is holding on extra tight, and those hormones that are making and producing the bub's organs and developments are very strong, which means everything is heading in the right direction, and you just have to give yourself time and everything is going to be okay.